I'm going to make some choices and just kind of think about those.
And just to set us up here for any of you who may not be familiar with the Splatoon world or the universe of the franchise, this is a world that has been devastated by a catastrophic sea level rise. It's totally wiped out humanity, so this is a post-humanity world. But some other creatures have kind of evolved and made their way back onto land, most notably the Inklings and the Octolings here, which are kind of half squid, half octopus, respectively, and half humanoid. They can kind of switch between their squid or octopus forms and their humanoid forms.
Yeah, you can see Jose with an Octoling there with a big tentacle on the top of the head.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I like that you have your hairband is a plastic bag, I believe.
Nice.
Which we'll see how that fits into the game and all the stuff you can salvage. It's like, this game has a lot of salvage beach detritus.
Yeah, upcycling.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So we're going to jump into the tutorial level and just kind of get our feet wet on how Splatoon plays. And we kind of want to start at the ground floor for folks, right? So you might be familiar with what Splatoon is, but if you aren't, first of all, welcome. We're really happy that you're here, and we just want to kind of walk you through the basics before we get started. Out here on the Spiralite Islands.
So at its core, this game is an action game with elements of shooting. So you're playing as either an Inkling or an Octoling. And, what do octopuses and squids do? They shoot ink, right?
Mm.
So here, as Jose's getting this set up, you can see he's using the motion controls. And you can use the motion controls to kind of fine-tune your aiming. You can also look around with the right stick, right? So you're maybe using your right stick to make bigger movements and then fine-tuning that with the motion controls, which for anybody who's played Splatoon or another game in the series, it's super comfortable. I love it. It feels very intuitive.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat where I feel like the best piece of advice I could give someone who's new is hey, rotate the camera with the right stick and then use your fine-tune your motion control just for the up and down, which really helps. But you'll see it as I fire my weapon, I fire ink, right? And there's a tank on my back that is slowly depleting. I'm gonna fire some into the ocean, because why not? And once you're out of ink, you are empty. And you'll hear that sound. Now, you'll notice that ink will slowly refill, right? As you kind of wait. But the fast way to do that is to dive in. You'll see that meter kind of show up.
Nice.
Yeah, you also notice that you are slower on two legs, but if you are in ink, you can zoom and move really quick. You can transform into your swim form outside of ink. I don't recommend this. I also do not recommend jumping into water because even though we look like sea creatures, we are not safe there. And you're going to see that I'm at danger. At the bottom left, my health bar is pretty much done.
So if you take any damage in that state, then you're done. You're splatted.
Yeah, that's a one-shot. Small fries especially love to sneak up and just slap you with a spoon and get that.
Yeah. So you said we're going to get our feet wet, but don't actually get your feet wet.
Yeah, please don't.
It was a figure of speech.
Yeah. But, you'll see, and as you get used to kind of the loop, right? When you fire ink, one of the coolest things about swim form is also that you reload very quickly, right? So you're able to basically kind of keep your ammo up and going. And, like any good tutorial, this is just going to show you very much it's a shooting gallery. It's designed to just kind of help you get a basic understanding of how the game plays. But it's also going to teach you a couple things, right? Well, that's kind of tall, and I can't go up there. But if I put some ink on it, can I just call out that I love this animation that plays here, as the ink kind of drips down.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah, it is very satisfying. Another quick tip I want to give folks is that you'll notice from here, if I fire, nothing is happening. Really pay attention for a hit marker like that, because that means
snaps in.
Yeah, you're actually going to hit versus not having it. Another kind of, hey, I can't. Well, you can just kind of limp your way through.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, this is also true for falling through grates. But this is the first big lesson in Splatoon gameplay, right? That ink that's not your color is not fun for you.
You can see the health bar down in the bottom left kind of ticking down, which is, we should mention that's a new mechanic here in Splatoon Raiders. In other Splatoon games, you didn't have any visual information about what your numerical health actually was, but actually is pretty key in this game, so that's been added to the UI here.
Yeah. Another fun new addition are these little wooden boards that you can use to kind of surf between islands and between sections.
Yeah, you can't be trapped on a desert island like without a little surfing, you know.
Oh yeah. Salmonids. So go ahead.
Oh yeah. So if you played other games in the Splatoon series, maybe you played Salmon Run, you'll recognize some of these characters. These are the Salmonids. They are fiercely territorial, and I don't know that they're going to be super happy about you being here, Jose. So
Yeah. No, my favorite thing is just the boldness of salmonids. Like, once they notice that you are here, like, it is their mission to slap you with a utensil of some kind. The small fryer, you know, there's no fear over, like, the fact that I'm bigger or that, you know, these enemies are pretty weak.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, too, you'll see little things like this where you can, you know, jump through a squid ring, get a couple resources for doing that, too, which is kind of nice.
My favorite part with the salmonids is that they have cooking ware. So like you had pointed out, like some of them have frying pans, some of them have tongs.
Oh,
Yeah, the salmonids as a as a species, I guess, are kind of food obsessed. They're all
yeah.
about deliciousness. They are seafood, and they take pride in that.
yeah, you might see in their territory. I don't know if you can see anything around here, Jose, like cooking utensils and stuff.
on
the horizon, or like
take a look.
Looks
what
like
are those things?
Oh,
There
there
you go.
goes some skewers, right?
It's like there's some
Oh,
skewer. It looks like maybe that's a salt grinder.
What is on that? Yeah, there's a food theme going through this game too, which is kind of
So-
forks, utensils.
Nice.
Yep. Or maybe a spork. I can't tell. I'm gonna take off this way. One thing too, if you're a returning player and you're like, hey, what about like moves like squid roll? Don't worry, still here.
Yeah, it feels a lot like if you're familiar with the mechanics and the gameplay of other games in the Splatoon series, it's going to feel very, very comfortable.
but even if you're not familiar with the controls, this was my first time playing a Splatoon game, and I found it really intuitive. Like the fact that a lot of the controls are the same. It's also really satisfying to like swoosh through the ink. So don't be afraid, to try this game.
On the
Yeah.
topic of fear, though,
Oh no! What are we gonna be afraid of? Oh gosh!
Oh yes,
yeah, that's a big one. So this is Salty Tongue, right?
that's a new salmonid for the people will not be familiar with that salmonid. It's all new for this game.
This one's not
You're
so
correct.
cute.
Its name is it's a salty tongue, which see its tongue right there.
They
It's,
got a lot of health.
Oh
And
god!
they hit pretty hard, so do not try to like stay away. They primarily charge forward and that tongue with that tongue hanging out, but yeah, just keep doing some damage. Try to dodge. And sometimes they can drop a weapon.
Nice.
Which is also new for the Splatoon series. You get weapons that drop, and that's going to be key to the kind of the gameplay and your adventure here is finding new loot and new weapons, and then collecting that.
Yeah, I enjoy how satisfying that kind of loop is as you like go out on raids and you find more to do, more stuff that you can use. I'm just gonna peek around here real quick, just taking a little bit of the scenery. What a lonely set of islands. But oh look, there's something out in
There's
the
an old
distance.
propane tank in the water.
Oh, was there? Whoa. Oh yeah.
You know.
Man, Oregon, good eye. Yeah. I've walked by that thing 100 times, I swear. I was like, that's not a propane tank. We made a discovery.
We found something.
Something busted, apparently.
It's seen better days.
But you know, we're out here, we're in the islands, we got to take whatever we can get, right? You know, you find something, you bring it back, you see what you can do with it.
Alright. Some begrudging help to get it back to the island, over to our hideout ship. So we're going to quickly take you around there in a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, so that was our exploration bot, and we'll show you some techniques with that later. But one of the most important parts of the bot is that it allows you to take members of Deep Cut along with you to your exploration. But you may be asking yourself, who is Deep Cut? Of course, many people that are watching this and in this room know who Deep Cut is, but some of us may be new to them, myself included. So Deep Cut is a member of a three-group of musicians, and they hosted the Splatfest back in Splatlands in Splatoon 3. And they really love collecting treasure, and that's kind of how you met them. So you're their mechanic, and 30 days ago, while you were looking for treasure, you crash landed on the Spiralight Islands, and this is your hideout ship.
You can see they each have like very different personalities they're expressing. I'm trying really hard to just kind of cheat and give you a pretty good look. That's Big Man on the right. That's Fry on the left. If you really don't want to be, if you want to be an unfriendly crewmate, you can cause a little bit of mischief. Mischief's kind of a big thing in Splatoon, at least in my mind. And if not, maybe I'm just causing too much mischief when I play these games. But you can like douse your teammates a little bit. They'll be fine. Usually they just wipe it off and they're good to go.
They're good sports.
Yeah.
See, and the other character here is the player character, right? So you're playing as the mechanic, who is mostly responsible for everything that you see here on the base. Kind of a mechanical genius. You know, deep cut isn't, that's not their forte. So most of what you see built here was the mechanic.
Yeah, and speaking of built, you might notice that on my back, there's a very different tank, and more importantly, there are gadgets hanging off of the right and left of me. So we're going to talk a little bit about this because this is something that the mechanic builds over the course of the adventure. So you get one gadget when you start the game and get a tank for the first time. And I'm going to demo a few for you just to show you a couple. Let's start with the one on the left shoulder. This is a spin wheel, which if I press and hold the button, I can lock on and kind of it'll like steer its way towards that target. That's really helpful, especially with boss salmonid, to be able to just like use a weapon that'll kind of home in on them a little bit. The other gadget that I'm wearing right now, it's on my right, is right here, the splash it. So I think there's a good enough distance. Let's try it. 1, 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And you can see that little cooldown starter. There's a little timer. So each gadget has a cooldown. You can see you can still use the spin wheel on the left. It's not cooling down. See, they each have an independent cooldown timer.
And this is a big change for this game. In other games in the Splatoon series, you had sub-weapons that were typically like a bomb that you would throw. So in Splatoon Raiders, sub-weapons are out and gadgets are in.
Yeah.
So and each gadget has like, you know, we can just see with these two, very different functions, different types of attacks. Some are more offensive, some are more defensive.
Yeah, and we got a third one to show today. So I'm going to quickly equip it to replace the spin wheel. And this one is spotlights.
Yeah, and you can see Jose equip that. It's not tied to your main weapon, the gadgets. It's sort of what you choose to equip.
Yeah, and this one
based on which tank you have.
And you'll see this one too. It's like a shield that'll kind of ink the ground as well.
It really feels like a protective barrier.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use that salt to just quickly refresh the cooldown. You can only do that on the hideout ship right now. But you'll see that it'll do tick damage, anything that's inside.
Which, you know, we should say too, it's nice to have this space on the hideout ship where you can test all the different weapons and try different combinations. And you can actually see like how much numerical damage you're doing with each type of gadget and each attack.
Oh yeah. All right, so we got a decision to make.
All right, let's do it.
For gadgets, what do we want to bring with us, right? I feel like I'm kind of torn. I definitely want to bring the Splatchet. I feel like the Splatchet's just so aggressive and such a big hit that I think that's necessary. But what do we take for the secondary? What do you think?
I think the Splatlights, you know, like that's a good one to use in combination with another one that's more like offensive. It kind of gives you a little bit of protection, helps ink the ground around you so you get more mobility. I think that's a good setup.
Cool. All right. I'm going to get us ready for our next raid. So I'm going to set up really quick at our treasure map. And we're going to go to Meadow Rocks. We have a very advanced deployment mechanism as part of our operation here. No Inklings or Octolings have been harmed
Soft
at all.
landing, that was good.
One thing worth mentioning, now that we're going on our first real raid, the training wheels are off. So you can actually adjust the difficulty setting of this game. And that only affects difficulty of the battles. It doesn't affect the treasure you get. So I myself play as a tourist, and I have no shame in admitting that. So highly recommend if you just want to enjoy it a little bit on an easier level.
Nice. And you'll notice that regardless of your skill level, you are not alone on these raids. A member of Deep Cut is going to join you. It's a bit of a tight fit, but Big Man is with us.
He's fired up, though.
Yeah, he's fired up, though. Watch this. Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Give him a booyah.
yeah, just get that booyah.
And yeah, and you can choose, like we said, which member of Deep Cut you want to bring in the exploration bot.
And you'll see that you've got support, right? Like Big Man just jumping right in to like start the fight.
I would feel confident too if I was in a machine like that.
Yeah. Of course, there's a returning enemy, a scrapper, right? So you want to knock down its, take it down for a second with its shield and then get behind it. Because while it's driving at you, you can't really hit its weakness. I love these Tong Chum because much like the chum prior, they just have more range, so they'll swing those tongs down on you. I also love how they walk. They just it makes me laugh every time. All right, so we're coming up on our first treasure site here, and you're going to see that there are kind of beams of light in the air showing you where the treasure is. That one with the spiral on it will be the last one. But when you approach these, you're going to see that it's not just the enemies that are out here. They also got more.
Yeah, salmonids, a lot of their strength comes in numbers, I feel like. So if you see one salmonid, it's probably a lot more behind it.
All right, now that you cleared out those enemies there, you can go ahead and use the bot to drill. And that's going to give you some spiralite shards. So that's a resource that's specific to the spiralite islands here, and that's going to help you upgrade some stuff back at the base.
Yeah. Yeah, the upgrade loop is really kind of the most important part of this game, and you're going to need spiralite to get a lot of it, so you definitely want to go out of your way to make sure you're picking some up.
You can see Jose just, what did you just do there?
Bot hop.
Oh man, what did I
What was
just do
that?
there? That was a bot hop. Yeah, look at that.
Because that was a wall that I think you could not have inked your way up that wall, I
Yeah, I
believe.
could not, yeah. But through the magic of the bot hop.
Yeah, and you can see you got some particular floaty physics here in the spiralite island, something keeping you in the air and afloat for a little bit longer than you normally would.
Yeah.
One tip though, don't transform or you fall like a stone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And since you can call the bot to you at any time, call it over to you, it sort of allows you to not just have the bot as backup, but bring that bot hop in any number of situations.
Especially because of the nature of the combat, where you say it's like a numbers game where the salmonids are just swarming
Yeah.
you. It's nice to be able to call the bot over and just do one of those big floaty jumps and kind of get out of trouble.
Yeah, get an aerial advantage.
I
See
love-
everything.
Yeah, I love too that when you call in the bot, there's a huge like explosion of ink that follows when you drop it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
super helpful to in a pinch. Let's press on. That's a stinger, and I know I showed you the bot hop, but these plants are really weird in that they also allow you to quickly jump into the air,
There you go.
which can be super helpful if you're ever in a situation. And I turned this on thinking that this enemy would have kind of made its way up to me, but of course Big Man was on the case, so I didn't have anything to worry about there. But I'm going to get a little closer to that plant and do it again, just so you can see, like when you get close to it, the leaf starts spinning some more, and when you jump the second time, you get that similar effect with the floatiness. Same rule too, if you transform into your swim form, you drop straight down. So here's our second treasure site, and they're coming in. There goes the Quahog. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna ask Big Man to get close. I like this bot buddy jump too, just because you're able to use it as an eject button.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
We can see there Jose leveled up, so he's going to get some immediate boost to his stats.
Yeah, and you also will see that like over time, you get stronger as, you know, the game is obviously going to get more difficult as you play, but you also get stronger as well. So you kind of end up meeting the game kind of halfway. You'll see here, we got another group of enemies coming up. I'm going to actually use this as a good spot to just, first of all, use my spotlights to keep them back, and then charge in to finish the job.
Yeah, the splash can make quick work of a whole bunch of salmon at once, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw there the little kind of like crystallized yellow thing. That was material that you got from that enemy, and that's also going to be key for building stuff and upgrading stuff back at the base.
I feel like one thing to note too, Jose has done a really good job picking up all those drops. However, even if you don't pick them up, they're still yours to keep. So you'll still get them.
Yeah, any treasure that drops is yours in the game, regardless of if you complete the raid, which is really helpful. Yeah. Oh, so we're charged. You may have noticed we've been picking up those big orange looking eggs. Those are mega power eggs, and they charge a meter that now says it's charged. And if you've seen some prior trailers, you may have seen this before, but basically do a move called a showstopper.
I love the air
Yes.
horns.
Yeah, and Big Man's showstopper specifically is for running into enemies. You want to slam into them, but you can also toss out those little manta rays. Yeah, we got it. All right.
So here's our last big treasure.
Yeah.
Big Man's going to drill that
Booyah
for
for
us.
luck.
Nice.
Ooh,
All right.
and
Ooh,
a treasure chest.
materials and a chest.